Hello, this is James with the Permaculture Woodshop.com. Just doing a quick video as an introduction to show how to read the gauge frame level. It has three basic sets of measurements. It measures the elevation distance between the 2 feet. So let's say 1 foot is 6 inches higher than the other. You can measure that. It measures slopes in percentages, and it measures construction slopes, so horizontal to vertical distance. So to begin, this first center line, when your pendulum lines up with it, that means you're dead level between the two, and that's what's going to be for your swales. That's where you want it. Now, just as a little note, whichever side the pendulum's pointing to is the side that's lower. So if it's over here, then this right leg is lower than the left leg. If it's here, the left leg's lower. So to begin with inches, so right there is dead level. If you measure right here, the right foot is a 1/2 inch lower than the left. Right there, 1 inch. Now there's some lines where they kind of line up. This is one of those. You can see right there. So if that's 0, 1/2, 1 inch, 1.5 inches, which is also essentially pretty close to a 2% slope. You can see the little line there. The shorter lines are all the 1/2 inch marks. The ones that go to the arched red line, those are all the full inch marks. So right here is 3 inches. 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 7, and it goes up. There's your 9 inch, 12, 15, right there is 17.5. And that's another example of the one where the lines pretty much line up on top of each other, so you have to, it goes straight and then it kind of arches, it bends over to show that there's a separate line there. There's another example of one of those, except that's on a full inch marker. And it just continues, 27, 30, all the way over to here, 42 inches. And then on this line, it's a little bit harder to see. Let's angle it up a tiny bit. When the side of the pendulum lines up with that line, that's when you're at a 45-degree angle, or 100% slope. Just like that. Let's bring it back. So now let's say you want to measure percent slopes. So when it lines up right here, you're at a 1% slope. Right there's 2, 5, 10, 15, 18, 20. That's a 4 to 1, so then 30. There's one that shares a line, so that's a 40% slope, 50%, 60, 70% slopes. And then for excavations, so 4 to 1 slope, right there. 3.5 to 1's right there. 3 to 1's there. 2.5, 2 to 1, 1.5 to 1, and then the 1 to 1 that we showed up there. Anyways, we'll have more videos showing you what you can do with all of this information. Again, this is James with the Permaculture Woodshop.com, and hope to see you later.